Hello, good evening. Welcome to Emo Nightly News, every moment online. In tonight's news headlines, Dominica records another road fatality. NBD hosted island-wide MSME pop-up shops to support small businesses. Paybush Primary School graduates receive laptops, backpacks, and cash support. Ministry of Agriculture expands land preparation support for farmers. Signal Band frontman Shelly wraps up successful Grenada media tour. Venezuela quake survivor rescued alive after 8 days beneath rubble. Iran uses funeral to project defiance toward Trump. And World Cup 2026 knockout stage heats up as Portugal and Spain advances. Details of these stories and more coming up next. Stay with us. Welcome back, everyone. I'm your presenter, Rick Francis, and this is the news broadcast for the 3rd of July, 2026. In local news this evening, the National Bank of Dominica, NBD, hosted simultaneous MSME pop-up shops at its branch locations across the island earlier today, providing a platform for micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises to showcase their products and services. The event, which ran from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., brought together local entrepreneurs, customers, and business support professionals in an effort to promote and strengthen Dominica's small business sector. At the Portsmouth and Hillsborough Street branches, participating vendors showcased a wide range of products and services while engaging directly with customers and potential clients. Representatives from NBD's Small Business Unit were also on hand to discuss the financial solutions, business support, and financing opportunities available to entrepreneurs seeking to start or expand their businesses.
And welcome to our NBD MSME Pop-Up Shop 2026. We are currently at our main branch on Hillsborough Street, and it is an opportunity for NBD, of course, to highlight a few of our partners. And MSME, of course, stands for micro, small, medium enterprises. So here's an opportunity where we allow them to showcase a few of their different products, as well as highlight our small business unit and the various options and sales products that they can provide to you if you are an entrepreneur. And of course, just highlight a few of their different products and open to sale. So we also have Digicel in the house, so we'll visit their booth and see what they have available.
EmoNews spoke to a few of the participants at the pop-up shops. Let's take a look.
Hi, I'm Jenica Drago. I'm here representing Be Natural. And I just want to thank NBD today because they make it possible that we have payment options, which is really good. So if you're using mobile banking, we do have mobile banking options. If you're using card, we do have that if you're using cash. So NBD has enabled us to make it easy for customers to just be walking by, and any way they need to pay, they can pay. And we thank NBD so much for this opportunity to be here today.
I am Dr. Anthony, and I am here representing Earth Gold. We are a business organization that represents African culture and heritage. We're here at the NBD pop-up to be able to showcase the different things that we have. We also really want to thank MBD. They've been such a great support in terms of mobile banking, the POS that helps our life and our customers' lives very easy in terms of shopping with us. And yeah, just creating a great customer service for us to be able to just enjoy our customers and make transactions easy.
Hello everyone, it's Zebby and Ann from Maxim Enterprises, and today we are at the MSME pop-up. Let me tell you, come get our products, coconut wellness-based products, body oils, cooking oils, and of course support the National Bank. If you're a small business, go to them. You'll get support services like their credit card. You'll also get mobile banking features. Go ahead and contact them. They are amazing and they're the #1 bank for a reason.
The initiative formed part of the bank's ongoing commitment to empowering micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises and fostering entrepreneurship as a key driver of economic growth in Dominica. Students graduating from Paybush Primary School received a major boost for their transition to secondary school, thanks to the continued generosity of the Stephen Parboy Foundation and Kathleen Buchholz. During the school's graduation ceremony held on July 2, 2026, every student entering high school was presented with a backpack, a laptop, and EC $1,000 in cash to assist with back-to-school expenses. The foundation has been supporting graduating students for the past 5 years, helping to ease the financial burden on families as children prepare to begin secondary education. Parents and students expressed gratitude for the assistance, noting that the donations will significantly reduce the cost of purchasing essential school supplies when the new academic year begins. Addressing the parents, Ms. Tamika Thomas encouraged them to deposit the cash gifts into accounts at financial institutions to help students develop good saving habits and ensure the funds are used wisely for their educational needs. The graduation ceremony was held under the theme, Empower, Engage, Excel, celebrating the achievements of the graduating class and encouraging them to strive for excellence as they embark on the next chapter of the academic journey. The Alwyn Bully Foundation will host a public panel discussion on building a sustainable arts and cultural industry sector in Dominica. The event takes place on Wednesday, July 8 at 7 p.m. at the UE Global Campus in Roseau and will bring together leading voices in the creative sector to discuss opportunities, challenges, and strategies for growth. Chairman Savre McKenzie says the discussion comes as arts and culture gain increasing recognition as drivers of economic and social development. Artists, cultural practitioners, and members of the public are invited to attend. Also in local news this evening, award-winning Dominican artist and Signal Band frontman Sheldon Shelley Alfred has completed his first official promotional tour of Grenada, boosting his regional profile ahead of Spice Mass 2026. During the 5-day visit, Shelley promoted his latest single, I Deserve This, appeared on television and radio programs, and connected with Grenadian audiences. He said the song celebrates hard-working Caribbean people and encourages them to enjoy the rewards of their efforts. Shelley also experienced Grenadian culture and says the tour marks the start of a wider mission to promote bouyon music across the Caribbean.
This Grenada trip was like the most wholesome experience I've had as an artist or singer of a band outside of Dominica. You know, we usually beat in the rush of travel, hotel check-in, get in, song check, do the show, etc. Try to get out. But, this time was the real moment to bask in a culture that is so rich, and take the time to introduce the people to Shelley and Signal Band or music. And, just bask also in the similarities of Dominica and Grenada. And honestly, that was the purpose of the trip, to experience culture, to introduce ourselves, our music to the people that didn't know, to also put a face to the music, because a lot of people know the music and they probably don't know, who are the ones singing it. So honestly, Grenada, 10 out of 10, thankful for the hospitality, the love, and all the support and the connections made.
The Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Blue and Green Economy is continuing to strengthen agricultural production through ongoing land preparation activities under a Food and Agriculture Organization (FAO) Technical Cooperation Program, aimed at improving livelihoods through diversified, high-value vegetable crop production. The project is being implemented with technical support from lead consultant and agronomist Brent Symes, in collaboration with the Cuban Technical Mission in Dominica. The initiative focuses on improving land management and supporting the establishment of productive farms in selected agroclimatic zones across the island. So far, land preparation assistance has been provided to farmers Julian Theophile, Diane Joseph, and Bloombox farms. The ministry says additional farmers have already been identified and are expected to receive similar support in the coming weeks as the program progresses. Officials say the initiative reflects the ministry's ongoing commitment to working with development partners to enhance agricultural productivity, improve farmers' livelihoods, and build a more resilient and sustainable agricultural sector in Dominica. The Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force is investigating a fatal road traffic collision which occurred at approximately 10 p.m. on Thursday, 2nd of July 2026 along the North End Public Road in Marigot. Preliminary investigation indicates that 39-year-old Johnson Abraham of Antriza was driving a Nissan Skyline car in a southerly direction along the North End Public Road when the vehicle apparently veered off-road and plunged into a ditch on the eastern side of the road. The vehicle was extensively damaged. Johnson Abraham, the sole occupant of the vehicle, who sustained injuries, was transported to the Marigot Hospital where he was examined and pronounced dead by a medical doctor. The body is being kept at a funeral home pending an autopsy. EmoNews extends sincere condolences to the family and loved ones of the deceased. A team consisting of one representative from the International Civil Aviation Organization (ICAO) and 3 officials from the Eastern Caribbean Civil Aviation Authority (ECCA) is in Dominica on a 1-week mission to assess progress on the country's international airport project. The visit is aimed at ensuring the airport's design and construction continue to meet international aviation standards, while reviewing plans for the next phases of development. On Tuesday, the delegation toured the construction site alongside officials from the Dominica International Airport Development Company. Chief Executive Officer Mr. Samuel Johnson said ECCA conducts periodic assessments throughout the various stages of the project, noting that the organization's role as the Eastern Caribbean's aviation regulator makes its partnership essential to the successful development of the airport.
We want to ensure that ECA can be with us as the regulator of aviation for the Eastern Caribbean. ECA can be with us at every step of the way, so not only to provide regulatory oversight, but also ensure that we can get feedback and advice on key areas that we're going to make sure that we don't go too far off course. They have been going through to look at our plans, review the progress to date, ask questions insofar as equipment, insofar as procedures, to ensure that by the time we arrive at the finish of the project, there'll be no surprises.
During their visit, the ICAO and ECCA representatives also met with key stakeholders, including officials from the Dominica Air and Seaports Authority and the airport developers as part of the ongoing review process. Officials say the mission is another important step toward ensuring Dominica's new international airport complies with global aviation requirements ahead of its completion. And that's all for local news this evening. Stay tuned for regional news coming up next. And now for regional news. Grenada's Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell is calling on Grenadians living abroad to play a greater role in the nation's future, saying the country's development depends on the collective efforts of its people, both at home and overseas. Addressing the Grenadian diaspora, the Prime Minister emphasized that their greatest contribution extends beyond financial remittances to the sharing of knowledge, skills, and expertise.
To the diaspora, it's important to emphasize, and this is not meant in any way to diminish the significant contributions you've made to Grenada. The country is not going to be built by what you send back home. In fact, no country is built by what its diaspora sends back home. The country is going to be built by those who stay to build it and by those who come back to build it. And coming back doesn't mean physically coming back, because thankfully the technology allows us to build from anywhere we are. And so you've spent time building other nations, other countries, and on behalf of those countries, I thank you for doing so. But I want to equally invite you, re-invite you, to build home.
Prime Minister Mitchell said that as Grenada looks ahead to Vision 75 and the next phase of national development, he is encouraging Grenadians around the world to see themselves as active partners in building a stronger, more prosperous nation. He concluded by stating, "Grenada needs all of us. Let's build our home together." Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew says the government of St. Kitts and Nevis continues to deliver on its commitment to improving the nation's healthcare system by enhancing both patient care and working conditions for healthcare professionals. The Prime Minister announced that the country's main hospital is now fully air-conditioned across all wards, describing the upgrade as a significant improvement for patients and staff alike.
We have now fully AC the hospital. We have AC on medical ward, surgical ward, oncology, pediatrics, obs and gynae, outpatient department, all of the departments, and the areas in the psychiatric ward where we can put them as well. So for the first time, the hospital is fully AC'd out. And why we do that? That was part of our plan because, again, with climate change, the temperature was rising. So I went there yesterday to see the system. The nurses and patients are extremely happy that now they have a hospital that is fully AC.
The Prime Minister reaffirmed his government's commitment to investing in a modern healthcare system that provides comfort, dignity, and quality care for every patient in St. Kitts and Nevis. And finally, in regional news, a security guard has been rescued alive from the rubble of a collapsed building in Venezuela, 8 days after twin earthquakes struck the country. Mr. Hernan Gil survived beneath the Galleria's Playa Grande shopping complex, where rescuers spent more than 100 hours tunneling through debris after detecting his cries for help. Officials believe his security booth created a protective space that saved his life. Gil is recovering in the hospital and has been described by authorities as a living miracle. The earthquakes have killed at least 2,595 people, with thousands still missing as search efforts continue. And that's all for regional news this evening. Stay tuned for international news coming up next. And now taking a look at international news. Iran is holding a week-long state funeral for former Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, with millions expected to attend ceremonies in Tehran and other cities before his burial in Mashhad. Iranian officials say the funeral is meant to demonstrate national unity and resilience following Khamenei's death in U.S.-Israeli airstrikes earlier this year. The ceremonies come amid heightened tensions with the United States as Tehran warns against further military action. Delegations from several of Iran's allies are also expected to attend. The Trump administration has filed felony charges against former Olympic canoeist David Hearn, accusing him of damaging the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool in Washington, D.C. Federal prosecutors allege Hearn deliberately damaged part of the pool's newly installed liner during a visit on June 19. If convicted of destruction of government property, he could face up to 10 years in prison. Hearn denies the allegations, saying he only inspected the recently renovated pool and did not damage it. The case comes amid criticism of the reflecting pool's $13.1 million renovation, which has faced reports of peeling paint and algae growth. Hearn is due in court on July 9th. And that's all for international news this evening. Stay tuned for the sports segment coming up next. Welcome to the sports segment. The FIFA World Cup round of 32 continued with high drama on Thursday as Portugal, Spain, and Switzerland secured places in the round of 16. Portugal rallied from behind to defeat Croatia 2-1, with Cristiano Ronaldo finding the net before Goncalo Ramos scored a late winner. Croatia thought they had forced extra time, but a stoppage time equalizer was ruled out following a VAR review for offside, ending the 2018 finalist World Cup campaign. Spain also booked its place in the last 16 with a convincing 3-0 victory over Austria, while Switzerland defeated Algeria 2-0 to continue its impressive run in the tournament. Attention now turns to final round of 32 fixtures earlier today, with Australia taking on Egypt, Argentina facing Cape Verde, and Colombia meeting Ghana. The winners will complete the round of 16 lineup and move one step closer to lifting football's biggest prize. Several blockbuster round of 16 clashes are already confirmed, including Portugal versus Spain, United States versus Belgium, Brazil versus Norway, Mexico versus England, Canada versus Morocco, and Paraguay versus France. East Central FC produced a dominant performance on Thursday night, thrashing DST United FC 7-0 in the Dominica Football Association Division 1 League. Nathan Newton led the scoring with an outstanding 4-goal performance, while Noah Joseph, DeAndre Francis, and Neilbert Thomas each added a goal to complete the rout. Meanwhile, on Wednesday night, Warner United SC claimed all 3 points with a 3-1 victory over Kalibishi FC. Shakim Joseph netted a brace for Warner United, with Aidan Samuel also getting on the scoresheet. Ezekiel Mesca scored Kalibishi FC's lone goal in the defeat. The result strengthened East Central FC and Warner United SC's campaigns as the DFA Division 1 League continues. And that's all for the sports segment this evening. Stay tuned for the weather report coming up next. And this brings us to the end of tonight's news broadcast for the 3rd of July, 2026. I'm your presenter, Rick Francis, and on behalf of the entire newscast, we say thank you for viewing. This is Emo Nightly News, every moment online. Have a good night.